So welcome back to episode 2 of, I guess we're going to continue calling this Got Gameplay.
I think it's a cute name. It works.
It's whatever I can do to have a Got Game pun. I will make that happen. Basically, the series is us talking over gameplay that normally I will record myself off my PlayStation 4. Maybe Christine, you can record some stuff off your Xbox One. Moment's not here right now. Unfortunately, though, I wasn't able to record gameplay of this game that we're looking at right now. This is Battlefield Hardline. This is actually the same footage you have seen during their EA press conference. It's exactly the same footage, but it is gameplay, so let's talk about it. And as I said, I played the game, so I can walk you through stuff that I saw while playing the game. And all of this pretty much looks identical to how it started. It's a Battlefield game. Let's get that out of the way. So everything feels like a Battlefield game. All the soldiers are a little slower than, say, Call of Duty. They have that sluggishness that you expect from a Battlefield game, as Christine gives me a nod, which is great for...
I said yes. I'm sorry. I was distracted by all the shooting and the explosions originally.
There is a lot of shooting. I will say this about Battlefield Hardline. I wondered why they called it, like, Battlefield. There is a lot of shooting to the point where it's starting to look like a bit of a war zone here.
Yeah, of course.
And
I like the destructive environment that's happening here. Like, everything around you is just kind of taking a toll. And
yeah, Battlefield definitely known for their destructibility, and I will give them credit. All this looks very destructible. I wasn't totally sure if it all is destructible, though.
No.
In, like, Battlefield 4, you can blow everything up, but in that game, you have a tank.
Oh.
In this, as you can see, they're running around in cop cars, and you guys have, like, vans. And okay, so he pulled out an RPG, and there we go. There's a little bit of destruction right there.
Boy.
So question asked, question answered. I don't know how much this is going to be destructible because, as I said, you don't have a tank.
No.
So you can't take everything down.
But if you have, like, a rocket launcher, I'm pretty sure you can destroy a whole bunch of stuff with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, dude just destroyed part of this bridge and brought it all down. So, so I guess that question is asked and answered. There will be some destructibility. Who knows how much, but, like, this entire part of that bridge was taken down, so that's kind of cool. And then I played the game, and perhaps it was because we were just, like, brand new to it. It was me and, like, 63 other video game journalists or exhibitors or whoever EA had at the press conference. Nothing like this ever happened.
Yeah.
We never got this far. It was all a lot of basically hovering over the those two armored cars. And I was playing the cops that time. It was really easy to keep them pinned down. They were never able to run away. But the idea is that once you actually get the money, you're supposed to be running away and trying to get to, you can't see it here, but there's like this end zone, like this football style end zone, which the bad guys are trying to get the cash to.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do right now. And here's some new tech. You have trip mines.
I was going to say, has that been in previous stuff? I've never played one of the other ones.
The trip mine itself, I do not remember. I mean, a lot of the stuff looks familiar. Like, here's this dude. He's in this big old, like, SUV right in front of you.
Oh, boom. Sorry.
There is a lot. Like, this game will be pretty much like boom, like explosion, one after the other.
I have no problem with it.
But there was a guy, zip lines, though. That's not new, but that hasn't been around since they did their special ops games.
Did you get to zip line in the demo that you tried?
No, the possibility was there. I did do a lot of parachuting.
Okay.
Like, you see these buildings around you as this crane comes down. A number of them have like elevators. They'll take you to random locations.
Okay.
So I actually, at one point, I got stuck in an office building, like 30 feet up in the air. Not totally sure where I was. But the cool thing is that you can always shoot at glass.
Oh, okay.
Like, some of these vehicles that are littered around the environment, you can't get into. That bus, sure, you can get into, but there's a car somewhere around here, like that truck right there, you can't get into that at all.
Oh, okay. So there are limitations.
So there are limitations, but every window in the building above you, you can blow all those out. So I was doing a lot of, okay, I found money in some of the game modes that I played. Run to the building, get in the elevator, go all the way up the elevator, shoot out the window, and then jump out of the building and just use my parachute. Because it's a Battlefield game, so you have a parachute.
Yeah.
You'll always have a parachute if you can always get high enough to deploy it. And I just used the parachute in order to get myself, like, across the map without no one seeing me. So
nice. I would have, like, one of those Die Hard moments if I shot at all the windows in the building.
You want to know what? I'm actually scrambling on what moment you're talking about.
The one where he shoots out all the windows and then he has to walk across it with the glass with his bare feet.
Oh, okay.
The interior of this building looks really good.
Yeah, no, it actually looked really good.
The lighting is spectacular. I noticed outside even the cascading sun on the reflection on the glass buildings looks really, really detailed. Like I love how the new next gen is really scoping on like the light and the look of things.
My only issue with the look is that this is supposed to be Los Angeles, and we just spent a lot of time in Los Angeles.
Oh, really? I was gonna guess it was Chicago or something.
No, this is supposed to be LA as far as I understand, and it does not look LA at all.
It doesn't. There's really not that many high buildings. And zip lines. I guess I can kind of see it now where you can see it from that perspective, but there's really not that many tall buildings in LA.
Yeah. So, well, this is supposed to be downtown LA, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure exactly what it's supposed to be, but my understanding is this is supposed to be LA.
Okay.
And helicopters, yes, big staple of the game. Got into the helicopters. Guess what, guys? They play like other helicopters. Everything in this game, if you played a Battlefield game before, will feel exactly as it needs to feel. You'll be like perfectly, and here's the parachute that I was always using. You always have a parachute. And that's how I got around the map primarily. But everything else feels identical to a Battlefield game. So if you played a Battlefield game before, then you're going to know exactly how to jump in this game. It's going to be really easy for you to get in and play. But that's this episode of Got Gameplay. We'll see you next week with another one.
Donuts!
Obviously, it's a cop game. You have to have donuts.